everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video I'm really excited to do because this has been a video that I've been working on for such a long time at this point. It's probably been like a few months, but I really wanted to make sure that I fully gathered my thoughts on the products that I'm going to be talking about in this video and the brands that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So let's just go ahead and get started. So this video is going to be brands, drugstore brands in particular, that do best ... So I believe this video was actually started by Emily Noel here on YouTube. I absolutely love her channel. I have since seen Jessica Braun do this style video. So as soon as I saw Emily Noel's video, was starting to work on this, and then Jessica Braun kind of made the momentum going, continue going, right? So let's just go ahead and get started. I have a lot of products to talk about. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip primer. I actually don't feel that any drugstore brand does really well on primer. There's a few here and there that I like, but I wanna preface this video also by saying that I wanted the brand to have at least more than like one product in that category for them to qualify as a brand that does that best. Do you know what I mean? So I like a primer from Milani, or I like a primer from e.l.f., but I really have to like more than at least one of their primers to be able to say that they do primer best. So I skipped primer because I know a lot of people like e.l.f.'s primers, but I'm very hit or miss with the brands when it comes to their primers. Same with Milani. A lot of people really enjoy the Milani primers, and same thing. I feel like I'm very hit or miss with Milani's primers also. But let's move into foundation, and the drugstore brand that does the best foundations, in my opinion, right, is L'Oreal. L'Oreal kills it with foundations. Here is my like Age Radiant Serum Foundation, and then I have my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. And the Fresh Wear, I wear the shade 420, and in the Radiant Serum Foundation, I am Rose Ivory 15. Really love L'Oreal foundations. I think that they do amazing. I also really love the L'Oreal like the dropper foundation, like it's like the hyaluronic acid foundation. Really beautiful foundation. But I just always have great luck with L'Oreal's foundations. I feel like they are usually always really healthy looking on the skin. I feel like they're never just completely flat matte on the skin, so they don't make your skin look dry or textured or anything like that. I just have really great luck with the brand. I feel like no matter what, I'm going to enjoy their products. So really thrilled with L'Oreal foundations, and honestly, they beat even some high-end ones too. So I feel like L'Oreal does foundations the best. Then we have concealer, and naturally I was going to say e.l.f. because obviously e.l.f. makes my favorite concealer ever, which is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. However, I wanted to make sure again that I liked more than one from the brand, and that's actually Makeup Revolution. So I first started trying Makeup Revolution's concealers when they came out with the Conceal and Define regular concealer, and since then I have picked up these two. So this one is the Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer, and then I also have the Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. So beautiful packaging as well. I think Makeup Revolution does a really great job with their packaging, but I really enjoyed the Conceal and Define concealer. I feel like it was really, you know, probably like a medium to full coverage. It felt really lightweight underneath the eyes. I didn't feel like it was overemphasizing anything, like any fine lines or anything like that. And these, I feel the same way. I feel like the Eye Bright concealer is a great option for every day, especially if you prefer more of like a lighter coverage concealer. And then the Conceal and Hydrate kind of reminds me of maybe like a Tarte like Shape Tape, but the ultra creamy one maybe, because it does feel a little bit more hydrating and a little bit more creamy underneath the eyes. But yeah, I've had really great luck with Makeup Revolution's concealers. I honestly missed the Conceal and Define one because I felt like that one was such a nice, just creamy, comfortable, lightweight concealer. So I definitely could see myself repurchasing that one soon. But in my opinion, I really do think Makeup Revolution does a great job when it comes to concealers. So powder is one of those products where I felt like I really couldn't decide on which brand. I kind of decided between CoverGirl and Maybelline, mainly CoverGirl, because with Maybelline, I've only tried one powder from them, and so I felt like it wasn't right for me to say Maybelline was the best at powders from the drugstore. But for CoverGirl, there's actually two powders that I really enjoy from them. The first one is this one. It's their Clean Fresh Pressed powder. This is a really, really nice everyday powder. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel like too makeup-y on the skin. I feel like it sets your makeup, but also doesn't make it seem like you've completely lost all of the glow that maybe your foundation provided. So really, really enjoy this one. I also really enjoy like the light pink packaging. I also do enjoy the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Powder. The only issue I have with this one is it does definitely have a really strong scent to this. So if you're someone who is not crazy about scents, then I would definitely skip this one. But I do think it's a really good everyday powder, and I used this in high school. I've repurchased it because I was super, super curious about it for this video. So I feel like CoverGirl does great powders, and I definitely do think that they're some of the best from the drugstore. However, I wanted to recommend one of my favorites, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I recently repurchased this again for this video, and I have the shade Fair Light 10. This is a really close dupe, I guess, to the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Of course, this one does have a little bit of color to it, but I would say this is pretty close to the Laura Mercier one, but I haven't really actually gone out of my way to compare them, if you know what I mean. But this is a really great option from the drugstore. A lot of people prefer this powder from Maybelline, so this is an option that I wanted to recommend, but I do think CoverGirl does a really good job with powders. Now moving into bronzer, and who else but Physicians Formula. Physicians Formula is known for their bronzers. It's known for their butter bronzers. I have 3 bronzers from Physicians Formula. I have their coffee bronzer. This is stunning. It's one of my newer ones. I love it. I obviously have their butter bronzer, and this one, of course, the brand is very well known for this one. I know that they've changed their packaging. I still have the older one. And then I do have the Matte Minoy bronzer. And again, I just feel like Physicians Formula does really, really well with bronzer. I also feel like they tend to have a little bit more shades available than, like e.l.f. or Maybelline. I feel like e.l.f. and Maybelline probably have really great solid bronzers within their line, but they don't even have like maybe 2 or 3 shades in the bronzers within their line. So at least I feel like sometimes maybe with the butter bronzer, Physicians Formula has more shades to choose from. So anyways, I just feel like Physicians Formula does bronzers the best. I think that the bronzers perform so well. They're so buttery soft on the skin, and I feel like they blend out really easily, and they give a really nice bronze to your face, especially maybe after, you've applied everything and you just feel really flat. I feel like bronzer can really liven up your face and bring some color. So definitely had to give it to Physicians Formula for that one. Then we have blush, and for blush, I at first thought I was going to choose Revlon because I have just recently been really in love with their powder blushes. But again, I wanted to stay to that rule, which is like I want to like more than one blush from the line, and I decided to go with Milani. I feel like Milani does really great blushes, so I really enjoy their baked formula. The one that's my favorite is Berry Amore, and this one is really nice, especially if you have like brown hair, brown eyes. I think this is a really stunning blush. Really enjoy the shade. And then their cream blushes are really great quality, you guys. These are the Cheek Kiss cream blushes, and I have the shade Nude Kiss. This is a stunning cream blush formula. Again, it's from the drugstore. It's probably about like 10 bucks. So I really think this is a great cream blush from the drugstore. I think it performs just like my high-end ones. It's very long wearing. The shades that they have also are stunning. So really love these cream blushes and the baked blushes from Milani, and I truly do feel that they do blush very well. Moving on, I'm going really fast, so I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. I just have a lot of products to talk about, but highlighter is next. And I feel like I don't have a lot of drugstore highlighters, and if I do, they're definitely like singles. I don't have like multiple from the brands that I like, but I went with Flower Beauty because I have the highlighting palette from Flower Beauty. It is the Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette, and I really, really enjoy it. I think it's stunning. It is so stunning, and the highlighters from Flower are honestly some of my favorites. They're so just like smooth on the skin, and they don't emphasize any texture. They are super blinding, which I don't know about you guys, but I am still super into the really blinding highlight. I feel like I'm always gonna love that trend. If I'm gonna put on highlight, I wanna see it. Do you know what I mean? So really love this palette, and it's a great powder highlight formula. However, their cream highlighter is really pretty too. So this is the Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze, and this is so stunning on the skin. I really, really love just to kind of like, you know, swirl my finger in here and really just tap it on my cheekbones, and it's super stunning. It also lasts really well throughout the day, especially for it being a cream. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. Again, I have the shade, oh, actually, I think it's in the shade Stunner. But yes, this is really beautiful, and I love how easy it is to use. So I felt like Flower Beauty has a really, really great highlighter formula, and I feel like they do highlighter really well. Then we have lipstick, and I'm sorry, I know this is like really, really old school of me, but I think Revlon does lipsticks the best. Like, I'm super late to the party here when it comes to Revlon lipsticks, the Super Lustrous line. They have really, really great, high-performing, high-quality lipsticks. I have 3 here that I wanted to talk about. So one of my favorites that I really love to wear during this summer is the Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Kiss Me Coral. Here is what this one looks like. It is such a beautiful kind of like orangey red. But what I love about this formula is that even though this is a red, because it's a little bit more moisturizing, I feel like it doesn't really make like as much of a statement. And I know that sounds maybe like a negative, but for me, sometimes wearing color on my lips can become like a little bit, I don't know, I feel like a little bit like, I don't want to say embarrassed, but like maybe that all of the attention is going to be on me. But I feel like I'm able to incorporate color on my lips without it being like a full on like pigmented bright lipstick, if you know what I mean. And this one just kind of like has the color, but it's going to be more in a more, I don't want to say subtle, because it's definitely pigmented. It's a little bit more approachable. It's a little bit more everyday because the formula is just stunning. So I really love Kiss Me Coral, especially for the summer. I highly recommend that shade. And then one of my favorites is Bare Affair also. Such a stunning, stunning nude shade. They have the most beautiful nude shades in my opinion, especially for being super affordable. Like, these lipsticks I think are probably under $6 each, and they're literally like high-end performing. And then this is part of their mattes. So this is the Revlon Super Lustrous, but it's the matte formulation, and this is in the shade Pick Me Up. This looks like an Instagram baddie kind of shade because it's a little bit more of like a pinky mauve. Really, really stunning. So yeah, I'm head over heels for these lipsticks, and I'm so, so glad that I decided to try them out last year, because I have clearly been sleeping under a rock because it's an amazing formula. So now let's get into lip gloss. And so lip gloss is definitely very trendy. I feel like most people are wearing lip gloss over a lot of things now. And I'm definitely kind of gravitating, you know, less from, you know, lip glosses. I'm definitely more of like a lip oil or just kind of like traditional lipstick type of girl. I just hate when my hair gets stuck to my lips. But for the best drugstore, like the drugstore brand that does lip gloss best, in my opinion, is Maybelline. They have beautiful, beautiful glosses, especially the lifter glosses. They're just the lifter glosses. I have 2 shades. I have the shade Moon as well as Silk. Now, I know that I wanted to kind of, again, have another lip gloss product from them to fall back on, but I want to say these are the only lip glosses that they have in their line, and compared to other lip glosses that I've tried from the drugstore, I've tried e.l.f.'s lip glosses, I've tried Milani's lip glosses. These are the best. Like, these are very, very good. They're very comfortable on. I am wearing right now the shade Silk, and it's super pretty, and it's not sticky at all. And again, I hate when lip gloss is super sticky and my hair gets all over the place. I feel like it almost feels like I'm wearing a lip balm. So they give you just like a little bit of color with a little bit of sheen, right, where it's a little bit glossy, but it's not like goopy, it's not thick, it's not sticky. So I'm really, really in love with the lifter glosses. I have the shade Moon as well, which is a beautiful, beautiful, more like sheer shimmery pink color. So I feel like Maybelline definitely killed it with those. Then we have eyeshadow palettes, and I am definitely going to have some disagreement with this, but I don't care. This is my opinion, and I really think that these are such high performing eyeshadow palettes for the drugstore, and I choose Wet n Wild. I really do. I love the Color Icon eyeshadow palettes. I have the shade, I have a few, but I have the shade Nude Awakening. That one is definitely my favorite. I've spoken about it quite a bit here on my channel. And I also have the shade Lights Off, I believe. Yes, Lights Off. This one is a little bit more cool toned, but these just are really, really good. I will say you kind of have to work with them a little bit, especially the shimmer shades, but I think the matte formula is really good. I never have any issues with blending out these matte shades and building them up. They are really pigmented for literally a $5 to $6 eyeshadow palette, and then the amount of shades that you get, I mean, come on, right? So I really think that if I'm literally just sticking to drugstore, right? Like, if you're at CVS or like at your local grocery store, like, this is what I recommend when it comes to eyeshadows. Because I know that ColourPop you can find on like the drugstore side of Ulta, but I don't really consider ColourPop to be drugstore because that's really the only place you can find them. And not all people have Ultas near them, right? So I just feel like they do such a good job when it comes to really like actually affordable eyeshadows. All right, then we have Eyeshadow Singles. So I wanted to talk about this because some people, they're not really into eyeshadow palettes. Maybe they're more of like a one and done type of person. So I wanted to recommend Maybelline's Eyeshadow Singles. They're really, really stunning and definitely very underrated. So I have a few here. So one of my favorites is the Glow Down. This one is a really pretty kind of more of like champagne-y bronze color. Really love that one. I have the shade Sterling Greige, and I pick these up usually from Walgreens, or not Walgreens, CVS, but Sterling Greige is this really pretty everyday like taupey color. I also have the shade Nude Glow, and again, a really beautiful, more like rose gold shimmery shade. Super, super pretty. And then the final shade is, I want to say, Dusty Rose, and this one is more of like a peachy shimmery shade. So I really like these because they're super quick, they're fast, they're simple. All I do is I just like rub my finger in the shade and just basically throw it all over the lid and apply some mascara, and I'm good to go. Some of them are a lot more pigmented than others. Some of them are more metallic looking than others. Like for instance, Dusty Rose is a little bit more of like a satiny type of shimmer, but still I really love the effects that they give on the eyes because I'm all about the like looks like you put in more effort when you did it, you know? I'm all about eyeshadows that can give you a little bit more of dimension to your eyes, even though it's just one shadow, and I really do think that those do that. So I think Maybelline has really beautiful single shadows, especially if you're looking for something that's just like a one and done kind of look. Then I wanted to talk about cream shadows. So cream shadows, I have to give it to Revlon. I really, really do. I love the Maybelline color tattoos, but I think Revlon's are really good. I have so many. Look at how many I have. I have a problem. CVS was having a really good sale on Revlon, so I decided to stock up on some things because, again, that's kind of been a brand that I've been into, but I have the shade, and I bet I'm not going to be able to tell you the names, which is super frustrating. that's super annoying. But I have like this color here. It's like a really beautiful, like icy champagne color. I have, this one for sure is pistachio. This one is super fun. I really love this one. I think if I recommend any of them, it's probably gonna be this one because it's a beautiful, everyday, approachable green. It's a perfect way to wear green but not feel like out of place, if you know what I mean. This one is in the shade Cherry Blossom, really pretty as well. This is more of like a pinky color, super, super pretty. These, I love how simple they are to use, but how much of an impact they make on your eyes. Again, they kind of give you more of like, I tried, or it looks like I tried, but I didn't. They offer a little bit more dimension. This one I love. This one is in the shade Caramel, one of my favorites by far. It's super stunning. Really, really enjoyed that one. And then this one, oh, I don't know what this one is. I want to say this one is called maybe Praline, but it's, again, really beautiful, more of like a rose gold champagne-y color. So I love these. I think that they are better than the Maybelline ones. They're very close, but I really enjoy the shades that Revlon carries also. So I'm super, super happy with those, and I love having them for like everyday work type of looks. And then lastly, or no, two more categories. I wanted to go ahead and talk about brows. I feel like e.l.f. actually kills it in the brow area. I have like 5 different brow products that I love from e.l.f. So first off, the brow lift it's newer to me, but this is a great concept. I love that they basically gave us a more affordable option for the ABH brow freeze. So it's basically, you just kind of use your spoolie to kind of push up your brow hairs to kind of give you more of like that soap brow look, if you will. I've been loving recently their e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I have this shade medium, or no, neutral brown. Really love this brow pencil. I love how the tip is a little bit thicker, so I feel like I'm able to fill in my brows a lot faster. So yeah, really, really like loving that brow pencil. I also, this is throwing it way back. This is the eyebrow kit from e.l.f. So you actually get a brow powder and a brow wax. Really love it. The brush that comes with it isn't half bad either. So I really like this little duo. It's definitely a little bit harder to find your shade in the duo, but I think it's great if you can find your shade to travel with. If you're someone who doesn't really do too much with their brows, I do like the wax especially because I do think it kind of serves as a brow gel also. And then I really, really love the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is a perfect kind of everyday throw in your brows type of product. I wear the shade Brunette. Really, really in love with this brow product. I'm always gonna have it. This is great for days when maybe I don't feel like doing my whole brow routine. Maybe I just wanna do a quick fill in, just give them some tint, make them look a little bit more full. This is what I use. It's very affordable. I think that might be my second or third one. And then I also really like the e.l.f. Shape and Stay Brow Pencil also. So this is actually more of like a brow wax. So this is great to kind of just hold your brows in place, maybe push them up a little bit because it's a wax. It kind of has like that pull. And again, it just really makes my brows look really good, and I can go in with the pencil afterwards, and I think it's a great little like mixture. And then I also, wow, I have 2 more categories left. So I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just like, it's a lot of information, I know. When it comes to eyeliners, I'm not like the most lover, like I'm not the biggest lover of eyeliners, but I've really been enjoying these from NYX. I think NYX does eyeliners really well. I think that they are very long wearing. I absolutely love the shades of them. I think NYX kills it when it comes to shades because they have so many to choose from. I really, really love their Epic Wear liner sticks. So I have 3 of them. I have this yellow one is in Cosmic Yellow. I have more of like a periwinkle one. It's called Periwinkle Pop. And then my favorite one is Rose Gold. So here are what these look like. Really, really love these pencils from NYX. I love just kind of throwing them on my lower lash line just to kind of add a pop, but they're gonna wear a lot longer underneath there rather than like an eyeshadow, right? So really, really pleased with these. I love them. I love all of the shades that they have because it's just, they're really fun to use and incorporate into a look. And then lastly, when it comes to mascara, which drugstore brand does mascara the best? It's Essence. Essence is it, right? Like Essence, everybody knows Essence does really great with mascara. A lot of people love like the Lash Princess mascaras. So like I love the green one, the false effect one. This mascara I've really been loving also. This is the Volume Stylist Curl and Hold mascara. This one is really great. Really love this one. And there's so many others from Essence that I really want to try as well. But I know for sure those two formulas I really enjoy. So that is everything. I know it was a lot of products. So those were what I think which drugstore brands do what best, right? And I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you maybe kind of agreed with some of the things that I was talking about, because I really worked hard on making sure that I was fully focusing on, again, do I like more than one product from that brand for it to actually be considered for the spot? I think there's a ton of amazing drugstore makeup out there, but I think really some brands just kill it over others when it comes to certain categories. So I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!